Here's a riddle for you. What's often talked about, but never seen? Always arriving, never been. Daily looked for, never here. Always closer, never near. You got it? The answer is the future. Often talked about, never seen. Always arriving, never been. Daily looked for, never here. Always closer, never near. See? The future. But you don't need a crystal ball to tell you it won't be the same as now. What do you think you'll be hearing on the news 30 years from now, in the year 2020?
Good morning, and here is the news for today, June the 31st, 2020. The last surviving member of the Yanomami tribe of Brazil died earlier today. Tens of thousands rallied in London this morning, including many children, demanding an immediate inquiry into the extinction of more than 500 million people in third world countries since the 1990s. Meanwhile, the government today announced its plans to invest £3 billion into Britain's first holiday in space shuttle programme.
Is that what we'll be seeing on the news? A science fiction story come true with holidays in space? Or a horror story with the worst ending imaginable, the gradual extinction of life on Earth? What do you think the future holds in store? What about school? Or maybe you won't need to go to school, just stay at home and turn on the TV and hey presto, there's your teacher on the screen. And what will our homes be like in the future?
Good morning, madam. I'm from True Green Products, and we were wondering whether you'd be interested in our range of natural, non-chemical, cruelty-free, conservationally aware, ecologically sound, environmentally friendly, organically grown, planet-saving, earth-caring products.
No, thank you.
We are giving away free gift.
Oh! Well, actually, we are quite interested in saving the environment.
Yes, I can see you're very green for a start, this magnificent green front door. But do you know where the wood came from?
No, I don't.
And your magnificent kitchen table and chairs. Do you know where they came from?
Oh, yes, I know where those came from.
Yes?
My Auntie Jean.
And you see, some wood comes from endangered rainforests. Only the True Green range of kitchen furniture is guaranteed 100% from properly forested, unendangered trees.
But most of this is new. We can't afford to replace it.
Oh, we do offer a True Green credit card facility, as well as many other financial services. Oh, dear. Not still eating tinned food, are we?
It's for the dog.
The True Green range of organic pet food. Couldn't have a glass of water, could
Yes,
I?
of course.
Thank you. Oh, I say, what a lovely glass. Not recycled, though, is it? Oh, I say, not still drinking tap water, are you?
Yes? Here, I've had enough of this. What about my free gift?
The latest True Green product. The answer to polluted water.
What is it?
Concentrated spring water. Just dilute to taste. Must be off now.
Here, wait a moment. What am I supposed to do with all this?
Well, I don't know. Chuck it in the bin or burn it. I've got a van load outside to get rid of. Cheerio!
But...
Dilute to taste. And I wonder just how many products that we buy or see advertised are really genuinely green. Right, another riddle. What's above us and below us, in the ground and in the air? More valuable than gold, but you find it everywhere. And the answer, water. But did you know that rivers and streams supply 70% of our drinking water? An adult needs 4 to 5 pints of the stuff every day, and 75% of you is water. And throughout history, it's the same water. That's the amazing thing. There's the same amount of water on the earth now as there's always been. It's a story with no beginning, no middle, and no end. The water in the sea becomes the water in the cloud, becomes the water in the rain, becomes the water in the ground, becomes the water in the river, becomes the water in the sea again. And so it goes round. So, last night's potatoes may have been boiled in the same water that William the Conqueror washed his feet in. What a thought. And what about this? Yesterday's pollution has a nasty habit of turning up tomorrow.
1 part halogenated hydrocarbons, 3 parts atrazine, 2 measures polychlorinated biphenyls and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, aluminium, nitrate, and lead. Topped up with a little bit of arsenic. Your water, sir.
And what gets in water gets everywhere. Pollution in the sea becomes pollution in the cloud, becomes pollution in the rain, becomes pollution in the ground, becomes pollution in the river, becomes pollution in the sea again, and so on. More than 300 man-made chemicals have now been found in our tap water. And the worst thing is this, they don't even know the effects of half of them. Look, it took them years to decide that smoking's bad for you, and it's the same. Every day, chemicals once thought to be safe are found to be poisonous. If that's not a horror story, I don't know what is. Yes, I do. This is.
Excuse me, is this where the guided tour starts?
Yes, madam, and you're just in time for the next tour of our magnificent and unparalleled collection of animals from all over the world. And the first is the magnificent Canadian grizzling bear. Just imagine this wonderful creature hunting through the forests of British Columbia. Whoa, whoa, go on, get out of me! Ah!
That's a fur coat.
Well, yes, but it's a Canadian grizzling bear fur coat.
But I want to see a real one.
Oh, look! Look, over there, an Arctic fox.
Where?
There.
I can only see another zookeeper in a funny hat.
Well, it's an Arctic fox fur, right?
That's horrible.
Oh, I don't know. I think it rather suits you, actually.
Haven't you got any elephants?
Elephants. Right this way to the elephant enclosure, madam. Our magnificent collection of both African and Indian elephants. The largest land mammal. Imagine these magnificent creatures ambling across the arid veldt.
They're chess pieces.
They are solid ivory.
No elephants.
How about crocodiles? I bet you like crocodiles.
Oh,
all
yeah.
right. This large and dangerous predator. Haven't you
got any live animals here?
We got some flies.
This is awful.
And some rats in the canteen.
Do you know, it's reckoned that one species of animal is becoming extinct every half an hour. Now, have a look at these things. What do you think they all have in common? There's some soap and some perfume and some cat food and some corsets. I tell you, it must be one of the cruelest shopping lists in the world because all of these things were once made from whales. Most countries have now agreed to ban killing whales, and other ways have been found of making all these things. And that's a big step forward. And what about this? Do you remember when those 3 grey whales got trapped under the ice off Alaska? And suddenly it seemed for several weeks the whole world cared about saving whales.
3 veterinarians and the federal government's chief marine biologist in Alaska flew to Point Barrow today for a close-up look at the 3 whales, trapped in the ice for more than a week, less than 200 feet offshore and 7 miles from the open ocean. The physical condition of the whales has been steadily deteriorating as they fight desperately to stay alive.
If help doesn't come soon, there's just no question that they can't survive.
Well, they did survive. 2 of them did anyway, because for once, everyone cared. But you know what they say? 1 step forward, 2 steps back. In the same part of the world, only 6 months later, a giant supertanker ran aground off Alaska. 10 million gallons of crude oil were spilled, making this the worst pollution disaster in American history. Winds over 70 miles an hour moved the oil over a 100 square mile area, affecting numerous species of wildlife. With birds and sea otters suffering the most from this tragic example of human error. 10 million gallons of thick, sticky oil. You can't miss that, can you? You can feel it, you can smell it, you can see the damage we're doing. But what about the damage we're doing to the things that we can't see?
Ah, good morning, sir, madam.
Welcome to Earth Tours, the Moon's #1 travel agency.
Good morning.
Hello. We want to visit Earth for a holiday.
Yes, we haven't been back there since the greenhouse catastrophe.
And what sort of holiday did you have in mind? A lovely warm beach in a subtropical paradise?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I've got just the holiday for you. Lovely, unspoilt beaches. Sheffield.
Sheffield? I thought it was in the middle of England.
Not anymore. It's Sheffield-on-Sea now, like Leeds-on-Sea and Birmingham-on-Sea.
No, I think we fancy going somewhere a little more romantic.
Nice. How about France?
You could visit the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, yes, I just love Paris.
Well, unfortunately, there's just the top of the Eiffel Tower now, though. It is a lovely boat trip, better than slogging through all those smelly streets.
How about a tropical paradise?
Well, Scotland's very hot this time of year. Lots of palm trees there now.
No, well, what about somewhere like England used to be?
Just the place. Iceland.
Oh, all right, then we'll go there.
Marvellous. 14 days in Reykjavik. It's winter there now, so the temperatures will be in the 90s. Oh, incidentally, are you thinking of going outside, sightseeing, sunbathing, something like that?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, well, then you'll need these.
Right, here's another riddle. Where can you see cities without houses, rivers without water, and forests without trees? The answer is a globe, or a map, of course. Well, look, there's cities there, but there aren't any houses, and rivers, but no water, and forests, but no trees. Which reminds me, take a look at all these things down here. What do you think they all have in common? There's some nuts there, and bananas, and lots of different kinds of medicines, and chocolate. Can you imagine life without chocolate? Well, they all come from the rainforests, what's left of them. But did you know that 90 acres of rainforest are being destroyed every minute? That's enough of the bad news. The good news is that people everywhere are doing something about it. Not only the rainforests, but also their own back garden.
The winner in the young people's category is an 8-year-old young lady who has turned a 9-acre plot of land near her home into a conservation area, Caroline Fawcett.
When Caroline Fawcett steps into her back garden, she enters a private world that she has transformed into a personal nature reserve. Marshes and ponds rich in wildlife form the basis of a nature trail in which Caroline has built bird and bat boxes and reintroduced wildflowers. Caroline has met conservationists and government ministers through her campaigns to save local hedgerows and the barn owl.
And here's a report from our own news desk. Hopefully one day we'll be hearing reports like this in the not-too-distant future.
And finally, a summary of today's main news stories. Scientists announced that they have discovered the cure for cancer from a plant species in the Amazon rainforest. Since halting the destruction of the rainforest in the 1990s, cures have now been found for all major diseases. At the World Summit meeting today, the government leaders agreed to scrap all nuclear weapons and pledged to invest £50 billion to protect the endangered peoples of the world. And there's news just in that Britain's first holiday in space shuttle will be launched ahead of schedule from Farnborough on Saturday.